Alright, and hello, welcome to Nifty Redstone. So today we're going to be looking at these two automated farms here. We've got a sugarcane and a melon and pumpkin farm in one. This is just to show that it can just be mixed, it doesn't have to be the same one, or like you can do either with the exact same build. So nice and easy. The biggest pain that you have is the rails, because obviously north and south and east and west rails work differently. So if we are to come here and we put this there, it does that. But if we were to just come up here and do the same, works. Just because that's the east and west. So, I'll show you how to do this. It's nice and easy. We'll do this first, just because it's the biggest problem. So you do top, bottom, top, bottom, top, bottom, and then break the top again, and then just place them back like that without putting a sign down, and then it'll work. So it's nice and easy once you get the hang of it. I didn't, so it's taken me a hot minute to learn it. So we'll get into this farm. Right, and to start on the actual build itself, so what you'll need is, this is going to be your ground level, where you put and plant your sugarcane, and then under here is where you're going to put your hoppers. So I'll put those in first, just so that's done and out of the way, like that. And then you're going to want to put down mud. Now mud is slightly shorter than other blocks, so it means that if anything falls on top of it, press the right button, boom, it gets picked up. And then you're going to want to put water on this line here, and then you can plant your sugarcane ready. Right, so now you're going to want to fill this level in, so you need all three levels covering like so. I mean, this is fine if you just mined it out, you don't have to build it. Oh my goodness. Right, there we go, like that. That's the space that you're going to need. And then you're going to put some end caps on here, so you don't lose any sugarcane. And then some glass on the front. It doesn't have to be glass, you can put any block in that you would like. I just use glass so you can actually see the farm. It makes it look nice. So then what you want to do is get your observers. This makes it easier if you do it in this order, so you place them first here. Like that. And then put your pistons in front like so. So you want the face of the observer out like this on this back one, so it then powers this piston here. So next step, you're going to want to put some observers here, facing that way. So the red dot's facing towards you when you're stood looking at the back of the machine. Like that. Alright, so next you need to add your powered rails and your activator rails. So you'll start to do your powered rails. You have to do it from down to bottom for it to actually work, because you're facing this direction. If you're facing east or west, it doesn't matter, it will just sort it out on its own. For some reason, if you face north and west, north and south, it doesn't do it on its own, so you have to manually come back and fix it after. So you've done that. Break all of these. Just be careful not to break anything while you're doing it, and then follow the same pattern again, like so, and voila. Perfect. So just put this little roof on here. Maybe add a little bit of light of some kind. I knew where the lights were kept. There we go. Just to light it up a little bit. And there we go. And that is your sugarcane farm. And then when it grows, well, let's have a look. Let's make sure it works. Boom, like that. This is why you have a wall here, which stops this from happening. There we go, that's how you make your automated sugarcane farm. So the next farm is a pumpkin farm. And it could also be a melon farm, it's up to you how you want to use it. It does both in the exact same layout. Right, first things first, what you want to do is get your plots ready. So you're going to put this here like that, break this away, and then break this one away here. So this is going to be where your dirt goes, and then your water will go here. Just fill that in. So you're going to fill this gap here in with dirt like so, and then you're going to want to get a hoe and till it, and then you can plant your seeds. I'm going to put pumpkins in for this farm just so you can see how it works. So one of the things I forgot to do was actually put the hoppers underneath the mud. Now, just like I did in the sugarcane farm, you can do it exactly the same. Because thanks to how mud works, we can just do it like so. We don't need that one. Now, one of the useful things is about having these little guys here is you can just put the observer straight onto them. Now, it might help a bit better if they were fully grown, but it's fine for now. You can just do that and find it, and then just click your observer on it, and it makes it so much easier. Perfect. And then again, what you're going to do here. So for now, you're just going to put a temporary block on top of these back observers here, so you can just place your other ones like so. And you can break your temporary block, and then you're going to want to come in, look at this top corner here. Very top corner, there we go. Very top corner like so, and then you're going to be able to place your pistons down. This is very difficult. I would recommend just digging this out to place them in, and then you can put them in like so. A lot easier. Perfect. We'll just fill that back in. Right, and now for the rails again. So make sure we get those in a better place. So we do top, bottom, top, bottom, top, bottom. And just repeat that pattern as you change in between both types of rails. Oh no. Right. Oh, hello friend. And always remember, it has to be, it doesn't matter which way around you do it, as long as they match with whatever's the one that's on top. Like so. There we go, and now that's it. That's that farm complete. Yes, how exciting. Excuse me. I like to put just 2 layers of glass in like this so you can see the actual piston as well. But there we go, and that is a working farm. Once the melon or pumpkins grow, it'll look like this inside, and then every time it grows a melon, it will break the melon into its melon slices. One of the things I'd recommend is building a auto crafter afterwards to make them back into blocks, but I will show you that one in the future. One of the things I forgot to say about these farms and this current design is they are able to be made as long as you want them. So if you wanted, you could just keep making it that way and it would just still work. You can stack them vertically as well. There's lots of different ways that you can plumb them all in. I'm currently working on a kelp farm that uses this on the SMP. You'll see that in the next episode of that when that comes out. So please stick around and like. Please comment and tell me what you'd like me to do tutorial on next. Thank you.